Okay, so today I'm addressing this idea of what happened in our relationship. People come to me, mamas come to me, and they're like, I just don't know what happened. And I want to offer you that you do know what happened, but you don't want to know. You don't want to recognize what happened. You don't want to take ownership of it. You don't want to acknowledge it. You want to think that it was them. Sorry. Takes two to tango. There are circumstances, of course, right? There is circumstances where a husband just leaves or finds himself in a different situation, right? I'm talking about when we are in it together and we come to a place and we look back and you're like, oh my goodness, what happened? That's what I'm talking about. So the first thing I want to talk about is a lot of times we're in a situation like that because we're not taking ownership of our relationship. We are a huge portion of a relationship, right? It's not just them. Let's just for a second, think about what our part in our relationship is. And then if we feel like, okay, but so and so didn't do this, that, and that, sure. Okay. But let's just focus about where we are right now. So I'm going to be talking about two different concepts today. We've got our emotionally complete and emotionally incomplete. And what's interesting is a lot of times when we get into a relationship, we have two people that are emotionally incomplete. And then we try to create a pair that way. And that's where a lot of craziness comes, right? Because like we have all these holes. We're like Swiss cheese. We have all these holes and gaps in us. And then we try to find another piece of Swiss cheese and we're trying to push ourselves together. We're trying to get each other to fill our holes. And it's a very dangerous game. I only know because I've lived it. So I want to talk about first the emotionally incomplete person, right? So if we are emotionally incomplete, that's a very hard word to say over and over. This is when we are blaming other people for our feelings, right? Like, my husband made me mad. My husband did this and now I'm mad. Or my kids, they're driving me crazy. Or my boss, or whatever it is. My mom, my mother-in-law. We are reacting, right? We're yelling at people. We're acting out. We're avoiding our emotions. So we feel like our emotions are dependent on everyone else. That's being emotionally incomplete, right? It's debilitating. It's like watching a toddler freak out because they can't get their shoes on. And they're blaming their mom for tying their shoes and now they can't get their shoes on and they need to yell and scream and throw the shoes. That's what we do. Yes, that's what I do anyways. I'll speak for myself. Mamas, we need to take a moment and just see it. Just like look back and get a little glimpse of it like, yeah, I do that sometimes. I do throw a fit when I don't get my way, or I do throw a fit because I want to blame everybody else. I want to blame the government. I want to blame the weather for being miserable. I want to blame the driver or that Amazon didn't get me my package on time. We want to blame everyone else for what we are feeling. We're not taking ownership of our emotions, and therefore we're not taking ownership of our relationship. And that part of our relationship that we're not sure what happened, it's because we're not taking ownership of it. So let's talk about now the emotionally complete. I almost said incomplete. The emotionally complete individual, right? So we want to talk about this mama who is empowered, who knows her role in a relationship and knows her role in emotions. She is responsible for what she feels. I'm mad because I'm mad. I'm sad because I'm whatever, right? Like, we are sad because of us. Because what we're thinking, we're feeling sad, we're feeling mad. We take this responsibility for it. We know that it's part of us and we're embracing it. It's also uncomfortable. As an emotionally complete person, we're taking on that discomfort for owning our emotions, right? Like, anytime you have to deal with emotions when you're embracing them, like, it's not comfortable. Anyone who tells you differently is a liar. Okay, it sucks being a human and having negative emotions and dealing with them. That's why we try to cover everything up and we try to buffer. We try to eat the chocolate and we try to look at Facebook and we try to shop online because we don't want to feel anything. But an emotionally complete person is dealing with their emotions. They're going through the tough part to be able to deal with it and move forward. We also are responsible for the pain that we're creating, the pain that we're feeling, and for the joy. I'm so happy because I decided to work out today. I'm so happy because I got the things done, right? Like, we're taking responsibility for the good and the bad that's happening in our lives. And the other thing is understanding that other people don't make us happy. Other people don't make us sad. We make ourselves happy. We make ourselves mad. We can provide that self-security for ourselves. We are in charge of our own emotions. That, my friends, is an emotionally complete person. Now, you're probably wondering, what in the world does this have to do with a relationship and not knowing what went wrong? Well, I'm telling you that we want to look at both these people, right? An emotionally incomplete person and an emotionally complete person, okay? And when they are joined together in a relationship, how that works. So I want to tell you a quick story before I finish this idea. After I had my third son, I've referenced this time and time again because it was a big turning point in my life. I remember, this is sad, but I remember going to my husband and I said these exact words to him. I said, honey, you have to make sure I eat. You have to make sure I'm drinking. You have to check in on me and make sure that I'm going to bed on time. Like, I need you to do that for me. I need you to take care of me. It is so painful saying these words out loud. And I remember he looked at me and he's like, what? I'm like, yes, I need you to do that. I need you to look out for me and take care of me because I can't. And he looked at me again and he's like, what? And now it's hilarious to me because I was so emotionally incomplete. I was blaming him for how I was feeling. I was begging him to take responsibility for my emotions. I wanted him to take care of me and my emotions. Yeah, that's what was happening in my relationship. And luckily, I caught myself probably because he's like, what? He kept saying that. But I was delegating my responsibility to somebody else. And that is what happens in our relationship sometimes, right? We're blaming the husband, we're blaming the mother-in-law, we're blaming everyone else for what we are feeling. We're delegating this responsibility, we're delegating these emotions, we're blaming others instead of taking a moment and looking in and saying, hey, I'm mad because of this. I'm disappointed that our relationship is here. I'm sad. I have shame that we're here and we're seeking help. I don't know what to do to move forward. I feel confused because of what I'm thinking, right? Taking responsibility. Stop act like this, like, I'm a blonde, so I can make blonde jokes like this, like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what to do. How did we get to this point? Like, right? Like, no, you know what happened. What happened was you took a step back and you started delegating everything you were feeling to your spouse. You did not take ownership of that half of the relationship. Okay, so if we want to move forward, if we want to be in a secure and safe and healthy relationship that's wonderful and terrible and all the things that we want, then we have to take ownership of what we're feeling. So I want you to picture like one little stick figure here and one stick figure there. Okay, so here's us, right? We need to take care of our own needs. Okay, that's us. And then here's our husband, and he's taking care of what he needs, okay? So we have our two stick figures. They're both meeting their own needs, and then what happens? They can come together and have a healthy and wonderful and exciting relationship because they're taking care of themselves, and then they can, of course, support and help and love and take care of their partner. That is, in my mind, that is what a beautiful marriage and relationship is all about, is we're taking care of ourselves. And because we're taking care of ourselves, then we can give so much more to our spouse. We can give so much more to our family, to the community, to the people that we serve, because we're meeting our own needs, opposed to these two pieces of Swiss cheese trying to like fit together, and they don't fit together, and they're still very holy, and now they're very messy. And that's how it goes. Do you like my Swiss cheese analogy? Okay, so please take a moment to own your own relationship, your own part of this story. And if you need help, I'm here for you. I take on one-on-one clients. I work with mamas to help you reignite that spark in yourself to create more passion in your marriage. I'm here for it. Sign up for a free consultation. You just have to push a button, and we talk about all the things. And if you don't like it after 20 weeks, I give you your money back. So you have absolutely nothing to lose. Come on, ladies. I'll see you there. Have a great week. Bye.